Hello and welcome to Odds on Ligue Matchday 32. We had the first defeat of PSG in this championship, but especially Alain, how is the fight for the fourth spot? We have Monaco 55 and only 1 point less Lyon, Nice and Strasbourg.
Yes, Ligue is amazing this season, except the fighting for the title after from Champions League, for Europa League, Conference. The same like against relegation, we have a Ligue really compete with a lot of suspense, and we will be analyzed during this show. Now the game for the next journey.
Which teams do you think are going to qualify for the Champions League?
Yeah, it's difficult because every journey is changing. In my opinion, I think Olympique de Marseille have very good chance to go back to the champions. And after Monaco is not so regular, Lille need to win this week against Olympique de Marseille. And after we will check Lyon, Nice, and include Strasbourg, because if Strasbourg will be win every game, there can be a Champions League game. But we will be see journey after journey.
Well, let's start with this weekend, guys. As always, press the like, help us, or subscribe to our channel. Let's go on now with the show. And we start with the game on Friday. Nice game, big surprise, huge surprise. Nice beating PSG in Paris. You said, I think, both teams to score, so you were absolutely correct in that game. Back-to-back wins because they also beat Angers, so now back in the fight for the Champions League. Reims in good form, but they drop points against Montpellier. Surprisingly, you expect every team to beat Montpellier.
Yes, it was the one of the two mistakes about the last week's. Last week's run really good. Only two mistakes in 13 prediction. Really high percent of good prediction. Now Reims is. I don't know what we can thinking about the winning in Nice in Paris, because Paris Saint-Germain right now the grade of motivation is. The focus is in Champions League, and Nice needed point to can fight for the champions to break his really bad streak after winning against Angers, winning against Paris Saint-Germain. They'll be back for this fighting, and there will be meet a team who is saved. Reims was a little disappointed in Montpellier. They missed some ambition to win the game. Who meaning salvation practically sure, but right now there will be fighting. They're still in a small trouble, and Reims must to be warning. In spite of that, I think Nice is really favorite for this game. I choose Nice winning odds 1.50.
Games on Saturday. First one is Strasbourg PSG. This is a sandwich game for PSG in the middle of the tie with Arsenal. So, of course, taking this consideration, and also the bookies know it. Alain, we have really high odds for PSG, 2.5. This is not usual in the Ligue 1, but also because they are playing against a great team like Strasbourg, looking to European spots. Back to the winning track also against Saint-Etienne after the draws against Monaco and Nice.
Yes, what is the limit of Racing Club de Strasbourg? They are in positive streak since the beginning of February. Since the 9th February, Strasbourg no lose a game, and they meet a team with European ambition. We understand Saint-Etienne. Strasbourg is playing with that happiness classical to a team can be finished really well his season. 54 points, only 2 points distance to the Champions League. Wow, is a really big season for Strasbourg. There will be follow with the positive streak. PSG is in the middle of the Champions League semi-final. We will be check Strasbourg, PSG have the focus to Arsenal is normal. Is normal because at the end is the biggest goal of PSG is the champions. The title is already done. They are qualified for the French final cup, and now their need or their dream to go to Munich to play the final of the Champions League. In my opinion, Strasbourg will be lose this game. I choose a double opportunity, double chance, odds 1.61 to watch Strasbourg follow with his positive streak.
Next game, we go to Toulouse. Rennes. Here, not much to say. Alain, both teams in the middle of the table, but Toulouse in worse form, drew with Nantes, lost the previous 5. Rennes was also smashed by Lyon in the last game, but they were coming from a better run.
By simple, Toulouse is the worst team in the last 5 games. Only 1 point in the last 5 games for Toulouse. What means that? It means Martinez's era in the Villeroz is finished. Is already finished. It's difficult to finish the season. In the analysis of the misambition, the team misambition, we saw in the last games a lot of defensive mistake, but probably for missing concentration, and that one against Rennes with the offensive powder in Rennes. Rennes wanna play. The atmosphere in Rennes right now is positive. We saw a team finish well, not good but well. The season they suffer until February. They are fighting against relegation. Now with Abibay in the bench, we saw a better team, but not the Rennes we are waiting. In spite of that, in the last 5 games, Rennes catch 9 points, is 5th in the table. And for this team, I think is a holiday team. Both teams are in holiday, and both teams will be scored. I choose both teams to score 1.75.
Much more on stake in the next one. Saint-Etienne, Monaco. Saint-Etienne trying to stay in Ligue 1 in relegation spots, 1 point away from Le Havre. They beat Lyon in the last home game in the derby, but they lost to Strasbourg last weekend. Monaco risking to lose the Champions League spot. Alain, they drew with Strasbourg and Le Havre, and they are playing Lyon and Lens next. Tough schedule.
Yes, Monaco the season of Monaco is so strange. It's so strange. It's difficult to understand the identity, the personality, and the maturity of this Monaco. Because yesterday in Le Havre, when you are fighting for Champions League, you can't lose point, especially in a game where do you have a strong domination. You shoot 20 times on target. You don't concede a lot, but you don't win the game. And that point can be the point can quit the Champions League to Monaco. Warning. And now that there need a reaction, of course, in 𝐬𝐭𝐴𝐺𝐻 is difficult. In 𝐬𝐭𝐴𝐺𝐻, Saint-Etienne made 80% of his point this season. In the last game in 𝐬𝐭𝐴𝐺𝐻, Saint-Etienne won. We saw Saint-Etienne in Strasbourg with his worst version, with the defense, with the door and the window open, and concede a lot of goals. It's the worst defense away, Saint-Etienne. Now, against Monaco, Saint-Etienne must to attack. Saint-Etienne need point, and Saint-Etienne known to play only with this way, with offensive football. For that way, I see goals. I choose the market goals over 3.25 goals, odds 1.62.
Nantes-Angers is the next game already on Sunday. Two teams trying to stay out from the bottom 3. Angers 2 points above Le Havre. They lost to Lille and Nice. 7 defeats in the last 8 games. Only 1 point more. Nantes in better form, though, than Angers.
No, and especially with his relationship with the goals, Angers is a drama right now. The only victory in the last 8 games are against the weakest team in this Ligue 1, against Montpellier. Now, Nantes catch very good draw against Paris Saint-Germain and Toulouse. That 2 points permit to Nantes to have a little breeze. 4 points from the play-out limit and 5 points with Saint-Etienne. I think that one means don't will be go to the Ligue directly. Maybe not if they lose the last games. Must to play for the play-out, but difficult because I think against Angers is a good moment to catch important point to save the category. Angers arriving not in a bad moment, is the worst version of Angers. We saw a good version during 7 months, especially when they played away, but they lose that average of point when they played outside of his field. In spite of that, I think Nantes will be win this game. I choose not winning 1.95.
Next one, Auxerre, Le Havre. Here is very important for Le Havre. They got a positive draw against Monaco. So 1 point more than Saint-Etienne, 2 points less than Angers right now in the play out spots. And it's not easy to go to Auxerre, Alain, no matter or regardless their status in Ligue 1, since they have nothing to play for. They are still getting good results.
Yes, Auxerre, we predict Auxerre catch point in Lens, a 4-0, clear. Pellissier wake up again his vestiary after 2 games with a bad version of Auxerre. In Bollard, we saw the best version of this Auxerre in the line of the Auxerre in this season. Le Havre, what we can say about Le Havre? Except that is a team run better away. In the last 5 games, Le Havre some important point, 7 points in 5 games, in spite of a really bad average of goal conceded, 2 goals per game, 10 goals conceded in 5 games for Le Havre. Auxerre can be asked nothing to this Ligue 1. A brilliant season for Auxerre, in my opinion, with Strasbourg is the biggest surprise of this Ligue 1. Auxerre are up respect to team like Rennes, Reims, Nantes. Is a good project, but in spite of that, I think the grade of motivation will be a factor for this game, and Le Havre will be lose in Auxerre. I choose Le Havre double chance, X2, odds 1.83.
All right, next one is Brest, Montpellier. Here, absolutely nothing to play for. Montpellier in Ligue 2, although they surprised us with the draw against Reims. And Brest, Alain, in the middle of the table, lost the last 2 games to OM and Lens.
And lost the dream to be back to the champions, because with 2 victories, with 50 points, Brest should be in the fighting for European spot. Especially, we will be considering Paris Saint-Germain win the French Cup, the 7th position in the table will be a conference spot. Now, Brest is a brilliant season, is an historical season for Brest after the brilliant Champions League their play. In Ligue 1, we don't saw his best version. Maybe they suffer to play every 3 days with that level, with that rhythm. Against Montpellier is a holidays game. Montpellier is relegated, is the first team relegated for his 50th anniversary. The club go back to the Ligue 2 is a sad news for the French football, because it's an historical Montpellier, and Montpellier with Lille is the only team can be won a league with the Qatari owner. in Paris Saint-Germain. Now, Brest-Montpellier, I think, is a game with goal. I choose the market over 3.25 goals, odds 2.17.
Lyon-Lens is the next one, very interesting one, with Lyon bouncing back after the KO in the Europa League and the defeat in the derby. They are only 1 point behind Monaco, and Monaco is next. But of course, it's not easy to beat Lens. But Alain, Lens look out of the game, so it's not a bad moment to face them.
Yes, it's not a bad moment, but warning. Warning because Lens away in the last weeks, they won in Marseille, they won in Brest. Is the best version of Lens we saw in the last weeks was away. Now Lens don't have any ambition for the end of the season. Lyon, yes. Lyon have the big ambition to go back to the champions. The team has the potential. I think the team, after the Dramatica elimination in Old Trafford and the game losing against Saint-Etienne, have a strong reaction. Not a good, a strong reaction. And the winning 4-1 against Stade Rennais, the first half was brilliant with 3 goals in 39 minutes for Lyon. Lyon played at home. Lyon want to go back to the champions. I think Lyon will be catch a Champions League spot, but to catch them, you must to win against Lens, because after you have a Monaco-Lyon. In the next journey, you have a Monaco-Lyon with a dramatical taste for both teams. There must to catch 3 points. I think there will be catch 3 points. For that reason, I choose Lyon winning odds 1.73.
Okay, and the last game is Lille-Marseille. What a game, this one to catch the Champions League spot. Actually, if Lille beat OM, they will be second in the standings, 4 wins in the last 5. For Lille, OM, Alain, also grade 2 results against Brest and Montpellier.
Yes. Marseille have a good reaction after the bad game in Monaco when they lose 3-0. But it was in the Velodrome. And in the Velodrome, their start bad, but after they correct them. If we check the last games away for Olympique de Marseille is 3 games and 3 defeat. Monaco, Reims, and Paris Saint-Germain. Now, Lille at home is a team difficult to move. Is a team with a strong identity, with a strong way of play, and that capacity to adapt themselves to the rival. Maybe is the team more camaleonte in Ligue 1. Right now, Lille and Marseille suffer that type of team. Can be have that skills to change his model of play, to adapt his scheme to the rival, and play a football more direct. Marseille suffer that type of team. Marseille, in my opinion, will be catch a Champions League spot. Is the last game difficult for Marseille? Before the end of the season, after their travel to Le Havre, they received Stade Rennais with 6 points. In my opinion, Marseille will be catch a Champions League spot. For that reason, I think Lille will be winning this game. The odds are so interesting. Odds 2.51.
This is it. Alain Valnegri was brilliant again last week, nailing the ACCA, nailing so many good bets. So Alain, let's try again. Safe bet?
Yep. Brest Montpellier over 1.75 goals, odds 1.32.
And your ACCA?
Saint-Etienne Monaco over 3.25 goals. Strasbourg PSG over 0.75 goals in the first half. Nantes double chance 1x. Lille Olympique de Marseille over 1.75 goals for a total 3.67.
All right. Well, guys, good luck. Good luck to everyone. Let's keep enjoying Ligue 1. Thank you, Alain Valnegri. See you soon. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Ciao, ciao.